Within just 4 games before injury struck, Lamar Jackson showed everyone exactly what makes him impossible to stop in 2025. 10 passing touchdowns, 130.5 passer rating, a ridiculous 71.6% completion rate, and he's doing all that while leading the Ravens in rushing with 166 yards and a touchdown. Do you understand how crazy that is? Tom Brady's 2011 start was nowhere near as efficient, and Aaron Rodgers that same year didn't have the dual threat dominance. The only QB even close was Patrick Mahomes' 2018 start, and even that, Mahomes wasn't carrying the offense on the ground and through the air.
Man, be real slow comparing people to Lamar Jackson. That's a multi-time MVP. That's Mr. Jackson.
That Mr. Jackson from Mike Tomlin shows the new reality of Lamar Jackson. He's no longer a runner who can pass. He's an elite passer whose rushing gravity has shattered NFL defenses. But is it possible to stop Lamar? Wait until you hear about the shockingly fragile 1-5 start that could change everything for Jackson's legacy. But before that, let's get into how the transformation happened. The elite evolution. Lamar Jackson entered the NFL in 2018 with people doubting his passing ability.
They were questioning whether Lamar Jackson was a quarterback. They were wondering whether he should consider a different position going into the NFL. And it was Lamar Jackson that had to tell them, nah, I ain't down with that. I'm a quarterback.
And you know what he was down with? Silencing his critics with an MVP season. But the question lingered. Could he win strictly from the pocket? Well, just wait till you see what Tyrann Mathieu said about his deep ball. But before that, Lamar Jackson answered his critics once again with a resounding yes. Leading the league in touchdowns and holding a staggering 130.5 passer rating through the first 6 weeks. We are talking about a quarterback with a career rating of 102.65 and 0 turnovers early in the year, shattering the myth that elite running means careless passing. And here's Chiefs safety on his deep ball.
You know, a lot of people talk about Lamar's running ability. I think he has one of the prettiest deep balls, for a quarterback in the league.
This season, Lamar's improved arm strength has allowed for those effortless 50-yard flicks outside the numbers. He's top 5 in short and intermediate throws, in play action, and most terrifyingly when pressured. This is one of the things that makes him impossible to scheme against. Defenses used to employ spy linebackers and focused on containing the run. But now if you cheat a safety into the box to stop the run, Jackson simply torches you over the top. This is the ultimate binary choice that breaks defensive coordinators. This dominance is a direct result of his running gravity. His presence forces lighter boxes, opening massive lanes for backs like Derrick Henry. But even when the defense commits to stopping the pass, Lamar is still number 1. But this dominance sets up a core problem for defenses that goes beyond scheme. However, just hold on to that thought, because we're about to break down the architectural collapse of the Ravens that is literally wasting his historic talent. The unguardable gravity. But the core problem for every defensive coordinator facing Lamar Jackson in 2025 is that there is no defensive scheme that can account for his dual threat mastery. Tyreek Hill sums up the frustration of teams playing against him here.
I hate playing against him. I hate watching him play because it's like, bro, when are we going to ever get this guy on the ground?
The league has tried everything. They've tried the 3-3 defense to flood the box with speed. They've tried 2 high safety looks to take away the deep ball. But Lamar breaks them all. His rushing threat forces the defense to play with a constant, debilitating fear. And we'll soon get to what Michael Vick said about that. But you see, part of Lamar Jackson's gravity is that he doesn't even have to run to make the defensive play. When defenses commit to the run, they expose themselves to his pinpoint passing. When defenses commit to the pass, they expose themselves to his scrambling and elite red zone efficiency. The debates among analysts center on this precise issue. Some argue his scrambling leaves the pocket early for bailouts. But the numbers don't lie. He's the most efficient passer in NFL history, with a career rating of 102.65. He is dominating without an elite receiving corps, and despite the league's worst pass protection. Now think about that. The one thing defenses should be able to do against a running QB is force him to stay in a collapsing pocket. But even that fails. Why? Because his quick release and his ability to effortlessly scramble and deliver a pass under duress render the pass rush ineffective. However, it's unfortunate that this individual brilliance is being swallowed by team chaos. The Ravens are relying on him so heavily that it has created a stark, painful truth. With Jackson, they're averaging 32.8 points per game, which is 3rd in the league. But without him, they score a dismal 6.5 points per game. This dependency is diffused to the entire team's collapse. This chaos is the shocking Week 4 industry, and the 1-5 start we hinted at in the intro. Wasted brilliance. You see, the brilliance of Lamar Jackson's 2025 season is a tragedy. He is playing at an MVP caliber level, yet the team sits at a disastrous 1-5 start. The core of the problem is team deficiency. You have Jackson posting 141.8 passer rating in tight games, dominating in the most critical moments, only to have his efforts erased by the rest of the roster. It's crazy how Jackson's elite play is being wasted on a number 32 ranked defense. The stakes are enormous. Jackson is the first QB in history with prior seasons echoing over 4,000 plus pass yards and 800 plus rush yards. He is a transformative, era-defining player, and that's why legend Michael Vick said this.
Watching the defense that couldn't contain him, couldn't do anything. I was frustrated for the. This is what I was like. Killer. I was frustrated for the Seattle Seahawks defense.
And yes, he thinks the league is in trouble. But then again, Lamar's running style and the team's over-reliance on him have created a massive injury risk. His recent hamstring injury, which sidelined him for 2 games, is the ultimate vulnerability. Neutral observers predict an MV3 if he returns healthy, but the re-injury risk is a constant shadow. This is the fragility of his brilliance. The team is leaning on him so hard, as Coach John Harbaugh admitted, and they're risking their franchise player just to turn the season around. The debate is no longer about whether Lamar is good enough. It's about whether the Ravens organization is good enough for Lamar. The only thing that can stop Lamar Jackson is his own body. And the only thing that can save the Ravens is his immediate return. The potential Week 7 return is the spark for a desperate, improbable playoff push. Harbaugh and the coaching staff are betting the season on Jackson's gravity being enough to overcome the team's deficiencies. In the high-stakes matchups against the Ravens, only Lamar's unique threat can revitalize the run game and compensate for the weak offensive line. His ability to extend plays and turn broken sacks into massive gains is their only reliable form of offense. If he returns and maintains his elite efficiency, the conversion shifts from what if to how. How did one man drag a 1-5 team back into the playoff hunt? Well, here's Bobby Wagner with an insight how the transformation happened.
The biggest difference in his game is, I think when he first got into the league, it was if he didn't see what he needed to see, he would take off and run. And I think the biggest evolution of his game is he's seeing the pass game so good.
Lamar's ability to keep sharpening his game means the critics who still question his ability to carry a team will soon be silenced. And as for the experts, they've predicted an MV3 season if he can stay healthy. But what would having such a season mean? It would mean that Lamar's talent is so pure that it transcends the chaos of a poorly built team. What makes Lamar Jackson impossible to stop in 2025 is the fact that his elite, high-efficiency passing game has broken every defensive scheme built to contain his running. Defenses can't scheme away pure, era-defining talent. He is the modern QB archetype, dynamic, resilient, and transformative. He forces opponents into a binary choice, and he wins both sides of the equation. But then the irony is that the only thing that has stopped the Ravens is the team around him. His struggle is a case study in quarterback dependency, where individual brilliance is clashing with a team built on sand. But if he returns healthy and drags this team back from the brink, his story becomes legendary. It validates the awe and frustration, underscoring why he is truly unstoppable. But will it happen this year? Well, there's no need to reach because Mr. Jackson isn't in a rush. However, do you think the Ravens can make the playoffs this season? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you could, hit that hype button below. It would really help the channel keep going, making more videos, and even better. However, have you ever wondered which moments are the most insane Super Bowl moments ever? Then watch this video next.